took everything out. Five channels I took out. Let's go back and add just right. Nothing on there. Nothing on there.
You lose the rhythm.
There's your drum.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Bass snare, bass snare. Bass cymbal. Okay. So anyway, we've got a lot of technology to help us learn music today. Okay, it's just a matter of what's going to help you the most for the kind of music that you want to learn. But the bottom line is, in my opinion, the keyboard is still the best. Primarily because you've got white keys and black keys, it makes sense. Music doesn't make any sense. It's somewhat like mathematics. It makes sense once you learn it, but from the standpoint of making sense itself, you have to learn the theory, the basics, and go up on it here. So once you get into the black keys, for example, you start losing the logic that we have, okay? Or you take that complicated equation and go forward with it. So, any questions? Okay. Come on up. Pick up the round. Get a chair. Sit down. Okay, this is 2/4 music. So that means the bottom line is this is a quarter note. Okay, and there's going to be 2 of them per measure. And this is the same thing for you on the ukulele. Okay, this is a C chord or G chord here. Strum 1, strum 2. Okay, now you can turn this into, to make it more interesting, you can turn this into
4 half notes.
what's this? This is 1, 2, right? 1 and 2 and. Okay. Okay. And again, take the number 1. That's your downbeat. That's going to be the loudest. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Da 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 da. Make sure that you've got the beat there, or the rest of the musicians or the dancers aren't going to be able to dance. Okay? So you can do 1 here or here. Okay? Change the sound a little bit or change the volume. Okay? In this case, you're too high. But if you're sitting down, you can raise it or lower it or hit it harder. Okay? And then you could add more beats to this. You could add 2 beats here, add more beats to it. So, again, in 6/8 music, this is 2/4. What the dancer needs is right, left, right, left, right, left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Accent 1 in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And they do that, the pantomime, the punto that we'll do, the zapateado, which means a footstep. It's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this also is 6/8 music. Tamburito, this is a punto. We'll be doing the punto next week and the tamburito. The punto is 6/8 music. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Now, on your ukulele, try this. This one is a little tough. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, now you're going to get the rhythm. Accent 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Da, 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 da. You're ahead of me. Da, da, da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, 6. Da, 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 okay? And then you do it pretty fast. You need to practice between now and then, because it's going to go more or less at this speed. Like the polka, pretty fast, but you got to get the accent on the 1 and the 4, or the dancer can't do it. Got to accent the 4. The 1 you'll almost right there. Yeah, right. Up in the chair, bring it on. Okay. The other book I was going to tell you about, I gave you some of this music last week for the tamburito. I don't know if I did the punto or not, but anyway, this is a book that I picked up in the Camp Panama in the 70s too, that has some of these folk songs. And it's got a little smattering of the punto, the cumbia, the tamburito, and so on. So anybody who really wants to learn Panamanian, we can scan it. You can't buy it, I don't think, anymore. And the other good reference, and this is a matter of, is this is a magazine that was published for, probably 30, 40 years out of Denver, Colorado by somebody from Lithuania, I think. But he was a folk dancer. So for many years, people danced these for fun at universities, at schools, at churches, and so on. So he published that whole world of what we call international recreational folk dance. This lady here, she was the wife of an army doctor down in Panama. She studied Panamanian music all the time she was there. Okay, just kind of like I did, except that she studied Panamanian dance, I should say, not the music. I was into the music and dance. But anyway, she went all over Panama and studied it as much as possible with the technology that was available in the 70s. I was involved with a little bit more technology, therefore I studied it from the standpoint of a video camera, recording the sound and so on. Back then, most of the researchers could record sound, but they not sound with video. But I was at that point already into sound and video, so I've got videos up there on what she did and so on. So anyway, there's a good article here on Panama, everything about their customs, everything about their music, lyrics, not so much music, there's no sheet music in here, about their dances and so on. So that's probably one of the best references in the United States here on it. And again, you can't get this anymore, but again, I can make copies for anybody that wants it. And it's interesting, she actually got her PhD, I think it's from the University of Indiana, in education on studying Panamanian dance. So that's how far she went with it academically, and so on. So at that point, she was kind of a leading authority in the world on Panamanian dance, and she was not Panamanian. So, if you look up also on YouTube for our program next week, yeah, you'll say, look up punto or tamborito. That's what we're going to be putting emphasis on this year. Every year we try to build on it if possible. And you'll find down there some students from the University of Panama have made some video. I was trying to think how to say it. With a camera like this. They're not professional videos, but they're very well done. They're students. One group has 6 girls outside, and each girl does a different, teaches a different step. So the steps for the dances, which is in here too, they have different steps, just like the Mexican dance does, or any dance. The steps are on there. So anybody wants to get up and learn a Panamanian dance for next week, you'll find the steps on there. The paseo, which is a walking step. The zapateado, which I just showed here. There's this one. There's about 8 to 10 basic steps, and they're all on YouTube, so they're relatively easy to learn. Okay, any questions?
When is next week?
Pardon?
When is that Panamanian?
Next week is Thursday at the Gilmore Center at 10:30 to 11:30. We'll have Panamanian food, and we'll all be in Panamanian dress. And we'll be talking about Panama. We usually what we try to do within the programs that we give is what is called edutainment. We educate people with entertainment, or another world in the world of not so much academics, but more in the world of commercialism, is infomercials. They try to give you information as part of commercial. Now we call that on radio and TV a public service announcement usually. Okay?
Are we all gonna meet over there
Yeah,
together?
come on, bring your ukulele and strum along with any strummers that are there.
Okay.
I don't know who will be there, but we're going to try to have some musicians. I'm going to try to have a violin player there. She'll be there hopefully playing drums for us. And we'll have all these other things if we need. We try not to rely on that, okay? What we want is live music as much as possible. The way folk music should be, and probably the reason you're here. Any DJ can go buy a high-price sound system and some records and start playing music. But that's not the way it was done when I was young. That's not the way it was done in Panama when I was down there. Now, for a dance on a Saturday night, it might be. Probably not. Even in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, usually we still had live music. Big bands, little bands. In Panama, the band was usually an organ, like this one with Toby, and drums. Okay, you can turn around.